I look forward to hearing from our distinguished panel of witnesses. The Department of Energy's Office of Science is the nation's largest supporter of research in the physical sciences, so it is impossible to overstate its important role that it will play in establishing our energy future and to our innovation enterprise. Our witnesses today will be able to speak in much greater detail about the office, but I want to start by highlighting just a few of the amazing activities that this program supports. The Basic Energy Sciences program builds and operates a number of major user facilities, including several massive light sources and neutron sources that allow us to examine new materials and to watch fundamental chemical and biological processes almost in real time. About 14,000 researchers across our country use these facilities each year. These users include not only Department of Energy scientists, but university scientists, as well as their students, as well as researchers from approximately 160 companies, including names like Boeing, Dow, Ford, General Electric, IBM, Merck, and Pfizer. I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention that this program supports the Combustion Research Facility at Sandia National Laboratory, which has been working closely with U.S. engine manufacturers for more than 30 years to improve efficiency and reduce harmful emissions from internal combustion engines. As we touched on in a hearing earlier this year, the Office's Advanced Computing Research Program is supporting facilities and developing software tools that address our scientific community's major supercomputing needs today. And it is providing the scaffolding necessary to build the next generation of high-end computing systems for tomorrow. This capacity will enable researchers across the scientific arena, from materials science to climate change to astrophysics, to acquire unparalleled accuracy in their simulations and achieve research breakthroughs more rapidly than ever before. This is why I am pleased to be an original co-sponsor of the bipartisan American Supercomputing Leadership Act, recently introduced by my colleague on the Science Committee, Mr. Holmgren, and I am encouraged to see its language incorporated in various versions of a reauthorization of the Office of Science. The Fusion Energy Sciences program supports research into plasma physics and the underlying engineering challenges of fusion energy systems. If successful, these efforts would provide us with a practically inexhaustible source of energy with almost zero environmental impact. And the nuclear and high-energy physics programs allow us to make discoveries from the atomic all the way up to the cosmic levels, engaging human beings' innate curiosity about the origin and makeup of our universe and our place in it. I could spend my entire opening statement talking about the great research supported by the Office of Science, but I will spare all of you that. It is important to note that many of these programs and activities would not be possible without the world-class system of national laboratories supported by the Office. These labs are rightfully described as the backbone or crown jewels of our country's research and development infrastructure. They house facilities and provide capabilities that are impossible for academic or industrial research institutions to support on their own, and we know that they won't. They employ some of the world's brightest scientists and engineers, and they help train our country's next generation of researchers. I may be a bit partial toward the labs because I happen to have two in my district, Sandia and Lawrence Livermore, and just about a 3-iron away is the Lawrence Berkeley Laboratory, where Dr. Simon comes from, and we'll talk about shortly. But without a doubt, the research and technologies that come out of these labs have produced an immense return on investment for American taxpayers. Unfortunately, the funding levels in the draft legislation that the majority is asking us to consider is simply inadequate to allow the Office of Science to continue to support the great research and facilities that it does. At a first glance, one might believe that the majority's bill actually increases funding for the office, but a closer look reveals that it's actually a cut to the funding, because the rate of inflation for research is approximately 3% annually, but the bill only provides year-to-year increases of 1 to 1.7%. In effect, it's a cut to the office's budget. I hope that we can work around this, increase the budget, and give the Office of Science the research and funding that it deserves. We hear a lot of talk about America being the greatest country in the world. I certainly believe that, and it certainly is. But if we want to maintain our leadership and standing in technology and innovation and the jobs that will come with it, we can't afford to continue to cut our research budgets, cede leadership on important areas like fusion to China and Russia, without any consideration of the impacts such cuts will have on our nation's competitiveness. I look forward to discussing these and other issues with the distinguished panel here, and Madam Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.